Hey guys, got the last piece of the Spider-Man trilogy here for you. Today we'll be reviewing the third and final Spider-Man movie of this franchise, comparing to the other one that's kind of stupid. But, let's get into it. So, in this movie, we're introduced to three villains. We're introduced to Sandman, Venom, and the new Green Goblin. Don't know why they called it that. I mean, I mean, for God's sake, if they were gonna do that adaptation to put Harry as the Green Goblin, why couldn't they have given him the a better suit, like a more advanced suit from like the first one? But no, they got to give him like a paintball mask and like a snowboard to glide on. I mean, it's kind of cool in a way, but in other cases, it's just boring, it's stupid. And a lot of people say that this movie just sort of it has like an emo theme to it. That is the most retarded thing I've ever heard about this movie. I don't think it's emo at all. It's not it's not even near emo. I mean, granted it has dark images and it has a darker tone than any of the other movies, but it's by far from emo. It goes into the story, or it goes into more Uncle Ben's death and how Peter's struggling, and I don't see how it's emo. I mean, for God's sake, you could have at least appreciated that they brought the black suit into the third movie, which I thought was awesome. And I especially love the CGI for the Venom symbiote in the suit. How in the scene where Peter tries to tear it off, I thought that was pretty cool. And the scene where it fuses, where the symbiote fuses with Eddie Brock to become Venom, I thought that was pretty cool. And the CGI for Venom is actually pretty cool. I would have loved it if they gave him a longer tongue, but still, it was pretty cool. And Sandman, he they sort of treat him like he's sort of a villain, but not by much. Sandman's story in this movie is just sort of sad, and you kind of feel bad for him, really. I mean, his daughter has a illness or some kind. I think it's a cancer. I don't remember, but she's very sick, and he's been trying to get money to help her for like an operation to help her get better. But he's been doing like acts of crime in order to get that, and Peter sort of forgives him because in the flashbacks he's showing how he accidentally killed Peter's Uncle Ben, and he's this is later on in the movie too. He Sandman says he tells Peter, I don't I'm not asking you to forgive me. I'm just telling you to understand, which is actually pretty explanatory in my book, but I would still forgive him anyway, which is what Peter does. And you actually sense a little a little bit of harmony in that scene. And eventually And the costume itself, the symbiote costume for Peter, it just sort of changes him. It makes him more angry and has more of an attitude, and it just sort of changes him in the first couple half of the movie. And and eventually Harry dies, which is sort of a bummer. And there was a setup to where um Peter was going to propose to Mary Jane, which I thought would be cool, but they just sort of said, "Hey, I'll just be a jerk to Mary Jane." Or wait, no. No, that's not what happened. Well, yeah, he sort of became a jerk to her later on in the film. But the main cause was that Harry threatened to hurt him if she didn't tell him that there was someone else. So basically that they just he just threatened MJ to tell her to break up with Peter. So and then it just and then at the end of the movie it just sort of shows Peter and MJ just sort of dancing to soft jazz music, and it just leaves you to question, are they back together or are they just friends? I mean, what's the deal there? But I thought they should have married at the end. I thought that would have been cool. But yeah, I think in my opinion this is probably the best out of the three. I mean story wise and CGI wise. Um yeah, I recommend getting all of them if you can. I mean all the Spider-Man movies, 1, 2 and 3. I recommend getting them all. They're really good movies. And the Amazing Spider-Man movies are just bland and boring, in my opinion. I mean, the second one didn't look bad, by all means. They got the costume right in that one, but uh, as far as I know, it's just the second one's just sort of bland, and the first one I did not like it at all. I mean, for God's sake, they didn't get the costume right, and the lizard looks like Lord Voldemort from Harry Potter, which is just stupid. But, anyways, I recommend getting Spider Man 1, 2, and 3 if you have not seen them. They are really good movies. And I guess this concludes the Spider Man trilogy review. So, until next time, I'll bring you guys more stuff to watch and more reviews to watch. Just a laugh, just to think upon, and just to say, wow, this is stupid. Because I like hearing that from you guys. I like hearing that either you laughed, or it's awesome, or it's just flat out stupid. I really like hearing that from you guys because it means that I can take stuff from that and then build up to newer things. So, if you guys would appreciate it, or if you guys appreciate this, I mean, I would appreciate it. Leave a comment below if you liked it, and hit that like button below if you do like it. I would really appreciate it. So, or until then, until next time, I'll see you guys later.